first hardcore show was Gangrene at the infamous Airport Music Hall in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which was a, famous whatever. I was trying to think about this like crazy. I saw the Dead Milkman at the University of Scranton in like 1984 or 5, but that's not hardcore. It's not New York hardcore for sure. And somewhere right around there I saw Motorhead too, but that's another kind of hardcore. CB's was the best. Coney Island High was great, Wetlands was great, but I gotta say from playing in Murphy's Law for a bunch of years, the shows that we did at the Continental were off the hook and sorely missed. Great spot. I wish that I could have seen the Misfits, any Misfits show back in the day, although seeing them in Newark was cool. Pro Mags, classic lineup, any of that from back in the day, I never got any of that. Of course, I saw the Bad Brains on the Quickness tour, but I didn't see them before that, so for sure. But I think maybe I'm gonna go with Clash at Bond, because it just seems like that. I have to say that one, that'd be great. Favorite slam dancer? Well, in my New York era, I mean, Saab was just terrifying. I mean, I would go to CB's and like not know anybody and just avoid wherever that guy was, whatever, and became a friend of mine later. I got to hand it out to Rat Bones because he just is keeping it real longer than everybody. And I got to give a shout out to a dude I grew up with, my boy Dave Goldberg. He is 50 years old like me, coming to the A7, still on the floor every time. I mean, got to hand it to him, keep it real. I saw, for me, my first show in New York was the Bad Brains and Leeway at the New Ritz. Blew my mind. I got to see Carnivore rehearse once, which was just me and my friend, my roommate, Jason, and the band at Ace London in Brooklyn before they did that reunion thing, which was, again, not a show, but like, what a treat. I got to play the Misfits reunion show in Newark a little over a year ago. I mean, I can't even, thanks to Jimmy for that, like getting a special birthday present after all this, man, that was something else. I was super into Ludacris and the Crumbsuckers. Crumbsuckers was like Chuck Lenahan and Dave Wynn, I think it was, just really good technique, really, really good. All the Ludacris guys, Glenn Cummings and forgetting his name, Dave Nieder. Those guys were really my big guys. And then, of course, Todd Youth. And, I mean, I could go on, but I'm just going to leave it at that. New bands worth mentioning, Ice Cold Killers, of course. I got to say Crazy Eddie. I like this band called Criminal Instinct. I don't think they're new by any stretch, but to me they're new. It's a band called Stand Out from Japan. That's awesome, that I wish I could get you guys to hear. If anybody wants to hear it, hit me up. Pearl of Wisdom from Vinnie Stigma. There's so many. I can't even, what I really find super endearing about Vinnie Stigma is he always says when somebody passes away, and he makes a big deal about, we'll never forget you. I remember when Big Charlie died. I remember he was on stage at CB's or something, say, we'll never forget you, Big Charlie, we'll never forget you. And I picked up on that. I always do that. I just like the way that sounds. Also, he says, make a friend, be nice. For me, right now, it's Kings Never Die, as me and Dan Nastasi started it not long ago. We're playing our first show at the Drew Stone's A7 at September 15th.
Come on now.
Yeah, it's not reinventing the wheel. It's not brain surgery, but it's fun. It's hardcore. We just got together and there's a spark there and we write good songs and there's more and more coming. So check that out, please. Kings Never Die. Don't be a dick, right? Don't be a piece of shit. The secret is there is no secret. If you want to get anywhere, you got to realize that you got to put in work. If you're wasting your time looking for a shortcut, you're just wasting your time. Put the time in so that you can look back at all that time in and maybe get somewhere, man. The secret is there is no secret. Listen, this is something that was a scene that has now become a lifestyle. You got Murphy's Law just played on a boat for like the 10th time the other day. I played on a boat in Paris with Stigma. I played the biggest hardcore show on the East Coast last year with the Misfits, with Murphy's Law with the Misfits, and that's the biggest hardcore show there was in history on the East Coast. There are more clubs now all around the world. There are more bands now all around the world. How is that dead? When there were 15 or 20 or 30 or 100 bands and they say, well, it's over, it's dead now, whatever. Now we've got dead. Not to me. Is it dead to you, Drew Stone?
Yeah.